living your true being. It is a difficult task in this world because there are so many attachments, so many programs, so many conditions placed upon you at an early age. You have in your mind, you're conditioned of what you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to be. That it's very easy to get lost from your true self, the being that you really are. And it's very difficult to find that. One even doubts that there is such a thing. It becomes sort of a hazy dream or memory. How do we find it? How do we get back to ourself? Sometimes it seems like it's become very tattered and ragged and ripped and torn and hardly any fragments of it left. A long lost memory or dream. Sometimes it looks like an old wore out book that's hardly any pages left to it. But we must somehow reestablish this relationship with our true self, in spite of the conditioning and the beliefs and the concepts around us. Because we have this purpose of being. We have this reason for existence. Don't ever let anybody make you believe you are in error or a mistake or worthless. For you are a valuable being. You have a contribution to make to the world, to humanity. You are on purpose. It is so easy to get lost in this world of things. There are so many distractions. We get distracted by all these attractions around us. Glamour, so much glamour. We lose sight of this core being that we come into this world with. And it may seem that it is not very valuable or important, that other people's things are more important, more valuable than this. So somehow we find that somewhere along the way, we've lost something. And so one begins to feel at a loss, like something's missing. And that happens so much with young people. Who am I? What am I doing? And they turn to all sorts of distractions. You know these things that distract, take you away from that pain, that suffering. But that's not the answer. You cannot fill this empty space with stuff. It doesn't work. The only thing that will fill this emptiness, this space, is your true awareness of your true being. To know who you are, what you are. That's the only thing that will take care of that. Now, the question comes, well, how do you know what that is? What is that? What are you looking for? What is that hungry longing that is there? What is that? What you are looking for is yourself, your true self. Now, it comes to the intellect. Well, how could I have ever lost that? Well, it's very easy to do. In this world of glamour and attractions, and they say, there's so many false prophets, so many things that mislead, that distract you from the course and the core of your true being. You wander off here or there, and you forget who you are. You get lost in the world. And it's hard to come back to yourself. It's like you have all this luggage that you carry around with you, and you're weighted down, and you can hardly walk or hardly move, and you don't know what to do. You need to lighten your load. You need to let go. But you're afraid to let go because you believe that all of this stuff that you have is important. It's vital to your existence, you believe. What happens if you just let go? Just let go. The cares of the world that weight you down, the problems, the trauma, the disasters, the sufferings. One does not believe that you can let go, but you can. You can let go, just to let go. It is said, one psychologist said, how do you let go? Stop holding on. That seems rather simplistic, doesn't it? Just stop holding on. It's a process. Each time it comes up to you, you make the decision not to hold on. That's it. Don't hold on. Every time it comes, don't hold on. It's a step-by-step process. Each time, you just don't hold on. We judge ourselves so harshly because we think we should be better, different, somewhere else, other than where we are. But we are where we are. It's it. We are where we are. And when you accept that, when you surrender to being where you are, you begin to realize that it's okay. Here I am. This is what it is. What do I do with this now? You cease fighting. You stop resisting because there is some magic in this. Because all the fighting, all the resistance, all the struggle is simply energizing the situation. It is. I know the intellect says, well, how could that be? Energy goes into whatever it is you're fighting and just gives it more energy. There's some dynamic of energy there. The more resistance, the more powerful it becomes. That is why it is saying in one of the scriptures is to love your enemy. to love your enemy. What? I want to fight him and murder him and get rid of him, throw rocks at him and blow him up. Doesn't work. It never has worked. Don't you see? Love your enemy. I know it's difficult. It's hard to understand. How can that possibly work? That scripture says to love your enemy and you'll heap coals of fire upon his head. Well, that's just to entice you. That's kind of get you to get out of that resistance, you see, out of that fighting. We say, well, can you heap coals of fire upon his head? I like that. I'll do that. That's revenge. No, that's not the idea. That's just to get you to stop hating, stop fighting, stop resistance. It's a trick. Scriptures is full of tricks because you just won't accept it for what it is. You need to be tricked. Religions are tricky. The whole spiritual system is very tricky because you will not accept it on face value. You will not accept, don't do it. You need a reason for don't do it. You have to have some candy, some reward. Don't sin and you get to go to heaven. That's your candy, that's your reward. Nobody can tell you what heaven is. You don't know if it even exists, but it's the candy that's offered to you. You see, everything is a trick. So, give it up. Just don't do it. Stop giving it energy. You see, stop giving it energy and it fizzles out. It fades away. It is said to love your disease. That's hard. You want to resist your disease. You want it to go away. You don't like it. Go away. Leave me alone. It's hard to say, oh, I love you. I love you. See, you can't do it yourself. Oh, I don't want to love you. I want you to go away. But if you can honestly, openly accept what is, it's a miracle. It really is. Life gives you stuff. It really does. It says, here, Ishvara, can you love this too? And Ishvara says, I don't want to love this. I don't like this condition. So Ishvara comes to this place and says, okay, this too I will love. So, this too I love. I don't like it. It doesn't ask me to like it. It just says, accept it. You see, accept it. This is what is. This is what is. We live in isness. We don't live in the resistance. We don't live in attachment. We just live in isness. This is. And is does not thrive in hate. It doesn't thrive in resistance. It doesn't thrive in attachment. You see, it's very simple. That is the magic. That is the real magic of life. And if you can get that, you will begin to experience transformation. Really, you will begin to experience transformation. But I doubt if you believe it. I doubt if you can accept that. It's some miracle if you do, because you have to really walk in that pathway. You experience the ups and downs and the kicks arounds. And then you get to that place where you say, well, I guess he knows what he's talking about, because it does work. Once you surrender to this life, once you just surrender, say, okay, here we are, this is it. This is what it is. Stop fighting, stop resisting, embrace it wholeheartedly. You can't do it the trick. It's not a trick. I would embrace it, then it'll go away. No, it doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. You can't do it because of, you see. People say, I tried that, but it didn't work. Yeah, you tried it because you had an agenda. You can't have an agenda. Agenda is not fair. That's seeking the reward. You see, I will not sin and I will be good so I can go to heaven. Doesn't work. That's an agenda. You can't have an agenda. See, everybody's got an agenda. I will be good. I will do the right thing. I will give money to the poor. And then I will be seen as good and benevolent and loving and compassionate. I will be seen as you rotten to the core. That's not honest. That's not it. You give from compassion and love with no agenda. That's it. You love your disease because you love your body as it is. Everything as it is. You love your life as it is. Not wanting different, but as it is. Not expectations, as it is. I realize, my friends, I realize that is a very difficult step to take. You're not programmed, you're not conditioned for that kind of step. But if you really want to be the new being in the new consciousness, that is the step. You see, that is the step. That's the step to take. That is the step to be on. And that is the life to walk. That is what the new human is. And if you wish to be as this, that's it, you see. That is it. No fooling around. No game. It is not the game. The true miracle of life is to not expect a miracle, is not to want the miracle, but is to be the miracle, you see. To be the miracle. That is the miracle of allowing isness moment by moment as pure existence of this love and compassion as it is in this moment. Life.